everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. The BBC, no, not that BBC, get your head out of the gutter, we're talking about the British Broadcasting Corporation, has a very storied history. It was established in 1922, as you can tell here. It is like PBS for US, Canadian Broadcasting Company for the Canadian folks, NHK for Japanese folks, etc. It is a national broadcasting agency, company, etc., owned by the government itself and run by the government itself. Here we have, or at least supported heavily by them, something that is new, that I didn't expect. They're talking about VTubers. Let's see what happens. We're going to just cut through pieces. We're not going to watch the whole thing because, of course, that would take too long. Let's take a look.
So excited. Oh my god. I've never been before, so this is my first time.
How excited are you for this event?
So excited.
I'm quite excited, but I didn't expect it to be this packed.
But tonight's show's a little different from concerts you might have been to before.
These guys are here to see their favourite VTubers, virtual content creators and streamers.
It's really nice to meet other people who like VTubers.
That's
because
cool.
It can be a bit weird to bring it up with people who don't know what they're about.
This seems to get bigger and bigger. I've never seen the queues like this.
It's very much like a concert and gig like all kind of others. It's just got its own, VTuber spin on it, so.
That's Phoebe!
This is the opening night for Vexpo in Birmingham. It stands for VTuber Expo, and Phoebe Chan is getting it all started on the main stage.
I am a 2.5D idol, singer-songwriter, and voice actor who writes songs and performs them on both the real life and the virtual stage. I love it so much, being able to bridge dimensions, basically. And now something like this.
Hey, look! You got Face
Most
Connect
VTubers
folks.
are
Yeah,
real
everybody.
people, controlling animated characters from home through motion capture tech. A bit like digital puppets. They then stream
Vtuber!
live on platforms like Twitch and YouTube, usually
Live.
anonymously. That means they can appear anywhere in the world, including one-to-one in these meet and greet booths being set up next door.
Depending on who you're explaining it to, you get some interesting looks. I'll be like, oh yeah, so I stream video games. And they're like, oh, that's cool. How do you feel about being on camera all the time? And it's like, well, I'm not on camera. It's like, wait, you don't use a camera? I was like, well, no. Like, anime, and you can see the look in their eyes, and you're like, yeah, anime. I pilot like a virtual anime girl that mirrors my movements. And then depending on like the age group that I'm talking to, you can just see the confusion setting in. And they're like, oh, okay. It's like this amazing marriage of like technology and art, which I think is awesome. It's really nice to be able to actually have that character because, when I turn off this camera and go outside, I have complete privacy.
That is an
VTubers
advantage.
have been
Yes.
huge in parts of Asia for a while now. Hololive concerts in Japan have drawn in tens of thousands of fans.
Now they're becoming much more popular in the West too, and they're bringing in-person IRL events with them.
I only really got into it about like a lot of people 2020 when lockdown happened. So I had a lot of time at home, so just on YouTube a lot.
I discovered them on TikTok first, and I was like, wow, these are quite interesting people. So I decided to start watching them, and it's been like this since like 2020.
It's actually really cool that they're showing this stuff.
Events just for VTubers are still pretty new in Europe, but Vexpo has seen big growth since it started last year.
A lot of my friends would look abroad to America. For example, there was a big convention called Offkai, or they would look to Japan and see all of these big 3D lives. And they wanted it to come to the UK. I also wanted it to come to the UK too. And one day I just thought, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. This weekend we are expecting our ticket sales, unique, is 2,200, and foot traffic across the weekend is going to be 6,600. This is such a large increase compared to last year.
And they're getting more popular online too. We spoke to live streaming platform Twitch, which told us people here in the UK are spending 3 times as many hours watching VTuber streams all total compared to a year ago.
Whoa,
Like if it's like
that's
this
insane.
now, chances are we can take this into the future and it'll get bigger and bigger.
So as even more new fans in the West jump on board, this event could be getting even busier and louder next year.
And that is the V Expo, which I had spoken about and on my channel as well. It is amazing to see VTubers grow around the world. I love that the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company, did take some time to actually put that there because V Expo is a growing, and I do hope it continues to grow and become like an Offkai, but for the UK. This is, like I said, great for the normies to kind of see what's going on in the VTuber world. We already know a lot about this stuff, but they don't. So it's kind of interesting to have that little bit of cross connect, cross pollination, whatever you want to call it, with the regular world and us VTubers. Amanogawa Shiina is a part of FaZe Connect. She is the Kani, the crab of Phase Connect. Well, at least that's what she does a lot of times. She does wear the crab suit sometimes. She also has Sad B there. But today we're talking about her because she has reached 200k subscribers on her YouTube channel. This is a huge milestone for anybody, big or small, independent or part of a VTuber organization. It is always amazing to get to this point. She says here, as you guys might have heard on stream today, I'll be taking some time off to prep for my 200k celebration, as well as move some big projects along so I can end this year in a fun way with everyone. This period will last around 2 weeks, but can be shorter or longer depending on how our workload changes. But I will be streaming at least once a week for a quick check-in so you guys won't be so lonely. Thank you so much as always for believing in me and waiting for me when I need to crunch or when I'm feeling low. Your support has always kept me going despite the struggles, and I want to come back even a better streamer with more creative output for everyone. And that is something that they do want to do in the future, and I think they will be able to do that. Everybody is wishing them, of course, well wishes. Very happy that they're able to do this. Veronica Hex, can't wait to see what you've been working on. Wolf as well. Take Care Shiina, EB. Abiba Niyama, all these people. Himemi Rie, of course, a well there. A lot of people wishing them the best and very, very happy that they got to this point. Recently, Mythic Talent has picked up a new person, which is Legal Mindset. A lot of VTubers already know about him. He is a lawyer and pretty much turned into almost a VTuber lawyer for a little bit. I think he did actually have a VTuber persona for a bit, but they're recently just been doing a lot of legal stuff, talk about Nintendo things, etc. But they have been on there now. A lot of people are congratulating him for what has been going on here. You have Alien Mixture, Ilara, you have Rima, Wild Spice, other people here, giving him lots of congratulations. But, of course, this is, his channel. Whether or not you are on one side or the other, there are going to be people out there who, well, are going to be talking about what is going on. It's like court is in session. Then you had this one, which makes this accusation based on some other stuff. I'm not going to put it out there because you can take a look at the post engagements if you truly want to see all the stuff that's being said. And then here you go, someone else being a negative person there. This can be seen as either, I think it's libel since it's written. It is defamation. Ace Attorney and says another person here is going to be talking about, I took a look at this. This is, saying that he was laughing at a bad situation of the Vince McMahon stuff, that type of thing. Truly is a cesspool. Talent just say for right-wing freaks. There are a lot of people who are just angry at this. Besties, all these, and him are in one agency. How delightful. Now they can drama grift together. Isn't that amazing? Oh boy. He's big. He's successful. He's talking about what interests him, which may not interest everyone else. Sometimes with the topics he talks about doesn't interest me, but doesn't mean that I'm going to hate on him. Doesn't mean that I'm going to hate him. I'm the kind of person that people can have different opinions, different views, different ideas, and different forms of content, and I can still respect them for what they do. I do watch some of his things. I do watch whenever it interests me, like the Nintendo stuff and things like that. But I am not going to go and make false claims or claims that I really can't substantiate very well, or, taken through a whatever negative lens you want to put out there. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going and going and going and going. You get good positive ones, you get some negative ones, and this type of thing here is just par for the course for anybody who said anything that doesn't fit certain narratives, that fits whatever they're thinking of. Which humans are very diverse in their ways of thinking. Humans are very diverse in their ideas. So it's not out of the ordinary for him to have ideas that maybe people don't like. I just don't like it when people start spouting stuff and don't have anything to back it up, it seems like. But at the end of the day, what I do want to say, congratulations, Legal Mindset, for getting into Mythic, for partnering with Mythic. Remember, Mythic is not a big agency in the sense of like they control everything you do. It's more they will get you sponsorships, they will get you merch deals, they will get you that type of stuff. They'll take a cut off the top, of course, of whatever that contract will give you in the full amount, and then you can go through and do the rest, and you can cancel, I think, after a year or whatever it ends up being, but you can cancel yourself. Erebus Grey is in the news today because they did get removed from Bond Live. They did get fired from Bond Live EN because of all the accusations that came out. That was on September 18th. Because of everything that was being said. We want to thank everyone who supported her in her journey with us. We wish her all the best in the future endeavors. It says, you knew all about this already and chose to side with her over every other talent for so long. Erebus isn't the cause. She's just a symptom of how your org operates. Yeah, a lot of people were blaming Bond Live for not doing this quicker because apparently there had been complaints of her doing this before. Now, she has removed everything. If you look at my last video that I did on Erebus Grey, which was the one that said VTuber, removed for lying and bullying. That shows everything that she said. She apologized for it. She said that she was going to try to be better, all that kind of stuff, that she was going to move forward, but a lot of these things were going to be removed. I guess she eventually just decided, you know what, screw it, we're done. Too much damage was done, and she removed everything herself. Now, the whole thing blew up with Naimira, who did say a long time coming, put out this whole thing, about, her saying that Reichi, she was tied to Reichi, she was Leah's sister, all these things popping out here. Rinko Ashiria Leah Phase basically saying she is Leah's sister in some way. Again, her apologies. And then Bond Live, like, saying the same thing, don't approve of the incident, don't approve of what's happening. All this thing. You can take a look at my other video, I go through it fully. We have also someone that I believe I covered, I may or may not have covered, that we're just going over a little bit of the actual things written down, the evidence that has been proven here. Sharing experience with Erebus Grey or lack thereof, because I've never once sent her a message in my life. And this is, continuing about the same Erebus Grey thing. Basically saying she's being liar, antagonistic, that kind of thing. And, the whole allegations that are continuing there. And here is the specific one that she has here, which is sending those types of threats. It's only a 7-page one, so we're going to go over it pretty quickly, or try to go over it pretty quickly. Overdue defense of my character. Richie had no plans to come forward with any of this information. It's come to the attention that Erebus Grey has been doing stuff. Defamatory statement, one of these. Issue right now is the people who sent those type of threats. Belkis has done it again. She told me to be buried 6 feet under during the December-January debacle. Now this. This statement is not true, according to what Belkin has said. They've had zero contact with Erebus, zero contact with what has been going on. Who's posting a statement online, basically saying it's a defamatory statement, and it is putting their character into, question. I think it's hilarious that Oshi got blank threats from people claiming to V-Kind and other nice tubers, went to something small, something people admire. She's changing who she is. Zarul, it says, but despite the fact that I said yesterday I'm quitting, I already have changed my profile. Let's talk about the fact that Yang Tanabata's Google documents purportedly left out names to show support me as way of attacking them. Told by someone who would prefer to be left unnamed, sent threats to Erebus. So basically they were, like saying here, they were being accused of sending those type of threats. If you're comfortable talking about this, please let me know. Falsity, it was all false. The accuser must prove the defendant was at fault when making the statement. I have no evidence to show Erebus was actively trying to publicly show these multiple threats. It may have been that, fans did it. Any one of her friends, coworkers would not just justify proof of really sending these things. Erebus, they tried to contact Erebus, nothing happened. And can't seem to find what you're looking for. Harm, basically trying to put out defenses here. Basically, that this did cause harm. False accusations of a crime involved. Harm may be pursued legally. And the context is here, which is in this imager. I always say imager, but it could be imgur or whatever you want to call it. So, of course, it says do not send threats. Do not harm Irium staff. Or do not bother them. Do not harass or pester anybody involved in these communities. And here is some more stuff here. No sleep streams at Raid TOS itself. Sleep streams, that kind of thing here. It will fight. I will fight what happened. Please, if anyone plans to smash or pass Irium streamers, do not include me. This was Belkis as well, mentioning this. Part of terms with my artist and management. Permission to judge and publicize how I am for content. Continuing that kind of stuff. So basically, they started putting rules, like boundaries, not rules. Boundaries on what was to be and not be done. Kind of the same thought. Also on the list, it was like, okay, thank you for understanding. I don't want to seem dramatic or overreacting, but we did this together. Coworkers would do this to me. Even a joke is like S harassment. So Belkis took it a little bit, I would say extreme. No smash or pass being sexual harassment is, I don't know. It's a little bit of a stretch. but everyone has their boundaries. Everyone has their rights to boundaries, and I'm glad that they actually put them out there. We're doing these, put me in a category. I'm a 1000% SFW streamer, family-friendly brand. A matter of consent, therefore it is not given. You do not have any of that. It's ridiculous that you obviously but other people. This is the context of things that they put out of there. It says Iram who would win in a fist fight, tier list, all these lists out there. She just didn't want to be part of any. The Belkis didn't want to be part of any tier list. Weird it was done without asking, but I think of branding and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically about the branding and that kind of thing. So they think right here, the original blank threat from had a screen recording, chop it up and censor it, but you can see the screenshots here. There were no threats. There were no things like that. You can see it through here, all of it. They just didn't like being sexualized in any way. How somebody's name was mentioned here. It was posted on Discord. This recording was taken. No way knowing this was about Erebus. So you see, yeah. This stuff here, take my homework and change it a little, was as a joke. And apparently they took that as an actual threat against their life. This was just basically no consent was given, that type of thing. It wasn't a threat against anyone's life. It wasn't a threat against Erebus's life. It is weird that it was taken in that way. It was weird that it was construed in that way. I didn't see anything here that could be seen as a threat to anyone's life. Just them saying, it makes me uncomfortable, I'm going to block and throw away the key, that kind of thing. There were no direct threats as far as I can tell. And even Erebus, when they made that accusation, could not really point to any kind of threats in that way that could have been done on this whole thing. So that is the main thing that I have here. People are reacting here, of course. Shouldn't have had to constantly go through this every time something started up in the community. Hopefully proper justice will be served, and you won't have to keep defending yourself against baseless accusations. The level of delusion and insanity of those who manipulate the narrative to avoid consequences is absolutely deplorable. Sue has no sympathy for hypocrites who spread malicious accusations without proof. And sorry Belkis had to suffer in silence for so long. Someone from Idiom US. Cetis also says, always my goat, you have me in my corner. You have me in your corner. So sorry Belkis, please know you have my support. Really hopeful that this finally gets cleared up. Very sorry you had to deal with this. Sending you lots of love and support. Belkis, my goat, I'm so sorry you had to go through this BS. For once, I'm glad I had anxiety about interacting with someone enough to barely ever send them messages. This is so crazy. And in essence, it is just insane that something like this happened, that something like this was pushed by anybody. I'm glad that things seem to have been fixed. I'm glad that things seem to... they're fixed because Erebus is no longer involved in this. Nai exposed... Nai was a big one that put the door open to exposing everybody. It is also a huge risk for them to do this. They are not a big VTuber. They are not a big person, period. They are just someone who was getting tired of the way someone was acting. It does suck because, the full disclosure, I was a follower of Erebus. I did like their content. But knowing how someone acts behind the scenes, knowing how someone was actually mean to their bullying and lying about other people in EDM, other people in Bond Live, and being extremely mean to the people in Bond Live, makes me ill just thinking about it, because it's wrong. Holostars, a division of Cover Corp, just like Hololive, but this time for the boys, have been doing a lot of things to promote the HS Everglow, Holostars Everglow. Their Light of Elysium EN concert that they're having. It is a whole gen-wide EN concert, kind of like how ID is having theirs. Hololive ID, Holostars EN is having theirs as well. We are taking a look at some messages that people have sent to them, other VTubers have sent to them. We're not going to see every single message, but going to give you an idea of all the messages being sent. Here we go.
みんなはね、自分にとっては弟のようなね、存在でパフォーマンスしてください。
Hello, Holostars! Obisa!
Hi, Rani,
Congratulations for your anniversary!
First of all, I just want to say thank you for being kind to us, to your fans, to everyone basically. You guys are the best bros we could ever had. Believe me. I just really hope that the future will be...
And then you have...
Congratulations!
Then you have Doki Bird, the Doki Bird.
I can't believe it's been 3 years, and I heard you guys are gonna have a 3D concert soon. I'm super proud of all of you! Yeah! Y'all deserve it, and I'm honored to help hype the celebration. But first off, I just want to say a deep thank you, especially to Altair and Axel. You two have done so much for me over the years. I do really mean it when I say that I cherish all the memories.
And that's the thing. She's friends with Altair and Axel. She has had collabs with Altair and Axel. Let's continue here with the Holostars boys. You know, in JP, I believe these are the JP boys saying congratulations as well.
すごいね、3周年。素晴らしいことですね。まあとても素敵なライブになる。
We have ERB.
To the lads of stars.
My wonderful friends, I'm so friggin' happy and excited to see you all shine in your 3rd anniversary concert. You all work very, very hard and know that I am very, very proud of you all.
From Canada.
And here we go, Girl DM.
Signing off. You guys are doing great. I'm so proud of you.
Hey guys, it's Bing here.
And Graham from Sip and Spill. We just want to say congratulations on celebrating 3 years of Holostars English, especially
Big stars going and saying hello.
But out
you
there.
got Riser Blazing from FSPEN.
Wow,
Jonkin
3
Poem.
years already. And ain't no better way to celebrate 3 years than in 3D. And a concert too.
Good.
Yeah, Blue Bow.
Time for the Holostars EN 3D Live. The first epic concert.
I love how he did a little animation for it. Love it.
Featuring all of the EN Holostars in greatness, leading up to their first 3D Live.
Dentman. Dentman is there. He's much smaller. There he is.
Long time to see, everyone. I am a Dentman. Congratulations on your 3rd anniversary. What? Why I'm shorter than Flayon? And the doll I got from the staff is even bigger than... This is so fluoriding cool.
We have Karechi Ali. You have Ivalia. You have Kate Arts, Kurahana Chinatsu, and many, many more. Wanted to show all of this because this means that the Holostars have been growing. They've been getting a lot of support. They have not been abandoned by the organization because they were a very slow growing part of the organization, but they were never abandoned. They were always pushed and they were always given all the support that they deserved. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, a place I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. Reason why I do this is simple, because I want it to be a good place for VTubers, a place where I can promote others instead of doing like self-promotion. That can happen in other places, but not here. I don't want to self-promote myself on my channel too much, just want to do it and help others. So here we go. Welcome to the swamp. This is Suchia, a sleepy Canadian Capro Suchis VTuber. Let's take a look at their Twitch here. Welcome to my swamp, and let's take a look at any content that they have created recently. Green hell, don't know what this place is. Well, that was quick.
I'm laying on the ground. Yep, says died.
That's actually...
I was killed by...
Her blinking is actually pretty cool, because that is like a reptilian blink. It is... I think it can be off-putting to some, but I think it's actually pretty cool.
Thrust. I was killed by
Oh
thrust.
my god, was it that hard? God damn.
Why did it kill that?
So you could take it? What happened, Zuki?
Oh, I can take it, alright. Apparently, I can't take that. Oh, I can't.
She could take it, but not to the breast apparently, because that's what got her, I guess. Suchia here is their YouTube side where they do some videos, some shorts, some little sections here and there. Dark Souls, they kind of have their VODs here of things they've done recently. And of course, thank you so much for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.